The Turner report also suggested that in future, we will have to opt out of schemes rather than opt in.
In the Global Aging Survey, when we asked people around the globe, look, what should your government be doing to actually address the financial side, the financial issues of retirement? The top scorer in many countries was, well, I'd actually like my government to help me save. So an acknowledgement on the one hand of needing to do it, but also an acknowledgement on the other hand of more or less owning up and saying, look, if it's left to me, it ain't going to happen. I need some help. So enforced additional savings in some way, but where we as individuals can be absolutely certain that that money is going to end up in my retirement pocket and it's not going to go up the chimney or down the spout.
When do you think you should start saving for retirement, for example?
When would I start thinking about it? I don't know, in mid to late 30s?
You are statistically going to live to probably 95 to 100.
That's terrifying.
You are therefore going to be retired for 30 plus years. And yet we're not making any sort of provision for it.
The long-term nature of pensions are profoundly unsuited to the short-term horizons and adversarial nature of British politics.
The problem is that pensions have become, yes, a political football.
You can have all-party consensus, but there's no way that one government can constrain the actions of a future government.
As Chancellor in 1997, Gordon Brown took an estimated £5 billion from UK pension funds by removing tax relief on dividends. Just one example of how the changing political landscape can impact on pensions.
Politics does get in the way of pension provision. A pension plan is a 70-year plan, 40 years of accumulation, up to 30 years of decumulation. The one thing you do need is stability. Stability in the regulations, you need stability in the financial markets, you need stability in annuity markets, and so on and so forth. Because if people are going to plan their retirement, they need to do it in an environment of stability. Now, we have a 5-year political business cycle, and that really does mess things up.
These are not just problems for the future, they're happening right now.
Pensioners will go and sit in shopping malls, you know, where they know it's warm. They'll take some sandwiches, they'll buy a cheap cup of tea, and they'll sit there during the winter in those places in order to keep warm so that they don't have to put the heating on at home. And some people just stay in bed. That is what happens. I mean, and, you know, it's behind closed doors. People don't realise that that's happening.